The idea, at least my idea, was that you have all these people who are in master's programs, MFA programs, who are working on their craft. And then they come to the end of these programs and they think of themselves as people with writing that should be out in the world, but they know nothing about the world of publishing. What should we give them? What we should give them is exposure to the real world of publishing. And that meant bringing them real editors, bringing them real agents, and bringing them authors also who had recently made the transition from where they were to the next step, as in people who'd published their first book.
Well, it's marvelous because they hear from agents and editors about what they want and what they need, and they don't often get access to that. Agents tell them about the kind of work they're looking for, how they work with writers, how they're looking for a striking voice. Also hearing how to approach an agent in a professional way, how to work with an agent once you have a relationship with an agent, what your responsibilities are, what the agent's responsibilities are. All of that is just invaluable.
I think this program is amazing because it's demystifying and helping students meet editors and publishers and agents and network a little bit, but I think even more importantly, learn about the process, because I think to know what's going to happen to your work is really important.
It is fantastic. It's fantastic that there's an Agents and Editors Weekend. I didn't have anything like that when I was in grad school. I loved my grad program, but when I graduated, I had to figure it all out for myself. The people who run that weekend, Christina and Jane, and all the amazing people they bring in, have such a wealth of knowledge to really help writers navigate and know how to position themselves in their work.
The publishing industry is incredibly mysterious. I don't think there's a lot of information out there on what happens after you get the degree. How do you access agents and editors? How do you submit to publications, to contests? How do you find mentors? How do you network? All those things are the things that I spend a lot of time working on my own, and I want to share that information. And so being here allows me to hopefully be a resource so that they don't have to go through as much pain as I did, pulling all this information together.
If you bring 8 or 9 agents to a situation like this, they're interested because there are 90 students there with book projects, basically. So they're interested in coming. So they get to talk to a couple of different agents, and they can, we always say that you pitch your project if you want, but we do say to them, this is your chance to understand how an agent thinks. What are they looking for? What do they never want to see again? What are they like? So I think that opportunity is really valuable.
Agents and Editors Weekend was so thrilling, I would say, because not only did I get some experience pitching and working on a pitch, but I got to meet agents in person who I can now connect with them and say, hey, we met at the residency, and they're far more likely to actually accept a submission from me and respond to me because we've already met. That's a big deal.